Hello everyone, how are you doing? Okay, in this video I'm going to take you through on how to solve task 1 of our Meebol experts training, and here is the task that we were asked to do. So I'll be building this fresh. So here's the site I'm going to be using, expertstax.meebol.com. I created the site. So this is my dashboard. I have to go create a new page. I'll call the new page tax 1. Sorry. So I publish the tax, the page. So I'm going to enable the Divi builder to start building the page. Okay, this is Divi at the back end, but it's not fun using Divi as the back end builder. So I will have to switch to build on the front end so that I can be able to see what I'm building, and I won't have to be previewing the pages every minute. Okay, build from scratch. Let's start. Okay, for me to start, I have to first create this section here. I have to create 2 rows, 2 columns, so here is 1 column, here is another column, and you can see this column is quite bigger than this, so I have to adjust it here. Let me use this. Also, the spacing here, you can see, yeah, is as little as what we have here. That is much, so I have to reduce the size to sizing. Sorry, I was really fast there. So you have to go to settings, row settings, then go to design, sizing. So here is where we're going to change the size. Change this to 90%. Change this also to 90%. Click on OK. You can see here that the space is now limited. So let's start inserting our text. Come down here to modules. Use text. Now rather than for me to start typing, I'll just have to copy this. Copy. I have to paste it here. So it's easy for me. So now I have to edit, style the header. This is the header here. So Divi made it simple for us to edit. Once you click on this, it takes you to the design to edit this design header here. Okay, so let me give it 48 as a size, header size, and let me come in and give it a size, text size 16. I think okay, then I have to increase the line height to, let me see, 2. This is too much. Maybe 1.8 rem. Okay, this loose. Okay, so what's left here is to add the button. Now here in our button, we have the button is quite different from what we have as default, so we have to style it. It's to Lemo. So let's begin our styling. That's what we have here. Lemo. Okay. Okay. Button style. Now, yeah. Firstly, what I like doing when designing is to set my colors, and also the font style, that's the typography. So Meebol font color, sorry, is for, I hope I'm getting this right. So perfect. Perfect. Hope I get it right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this color. Now what I would like to do is to change the overstate by clicking on this mouse, this console icon here, and go to the over and white. So I'm making the font color here white. Now where I have to go to is background, also the overstate background, change it to white. So the Meebol color. Alright. Yeah. So okay. Next is border width. I think we are cool with that. Border radius set it to 0. Okay. You can see we have the effect already. So I think what is different between two buttons is a button font width. You have to set it in. Okay, yeah, it's more like it now. So you have this color ready. What you have to do next is the image here. And to set the image, you have to insert the model image. Now to change this place, this is called a placeholder image. Is set by as default for you to know that okay, there's an image that's supposed to be set there. So let's okay. I have my images here already. So use it here. That's what you're using. Okay. Now to style it to be like this, you have to go to the design. Let's change the border first and give it to 15. Let's give it box shadow. Now the shadow here is too much, I have to reduce it. As a designer working with shadow, you have to be careful because it's quite painful for users to be seeing a lot of shadows up and down on your page. It makes the design look so dull and so amateur. So you have to be careful. So I use your box shadow. I think this is okay. Now to not make it slant this way, you have to use the transform settings, transform key. This is what we need. Okay. better this way. Yeah, it's still okay this way. Okay, and what next we have to do is the overstate. This is going up when it's going up when over and down on the normal state. So how do we do that? We have to do this. The transform translate. This will enable it to go up and down. So let me say 3, 5. That's been negative. Sorry, negative. Okay. That's 5. Okay. Oh, we are opening over. Sorry. So I'm moving this to set it. Just leave it to 0 on the normal state. I see desktop, but on the over, give it 35 pixels. So you have to make sure that this is disabled. This chain here is disabled. So once you click on OK, you can see to here. Let's save. So to save, you have to come here to save, or you click on Ctrl S. So I think we're almost done with the top here. Okay, I have to give this padding, drag this down, or I click on settings here, module settings, and then design and spacing, and then come to margin here and give it 15 pixels top. So we have the spacing at the top there, and then save. Okay, so what next is how do we get this overlap on this other one? First I have to create the row, then create the 3 column section. Now let's change this background. Sorry, I'm already used to Divi settings, so if just permit me, I really do a lot of shortcuts, so I don't really have to start moving from one place to another. Just click on what I need to do. Okay, so what I did earlier was to double click. So once you double click, it brings the settings. But for those that are just getting to know about Divi, click on this section, settings, then you put the background, you change the background color. So instead of me typing the color here, I rather just go to recent. I will see the colors that I've used. So I think, yeah, this is the Meebol color here. So now how do I make this overlap? There's something called a negative margin. I have to go to design, space. That's give it a negative margin. You can see. So you increase it. So yeah, that's looking to be so long. Give it let's say 150. Okay. And see that we're having the same effects as we have here. I'm saying 180. Okay. Yeah. So as this is 180, I have to give it a padding for the inner section. So give it a padding top of 200 pixels. Okay, all these figures I'm giving it, they are just for this desktop. So when we are previewing for tablets and mobile screens, those figures we have to change. So for you to know what you're working on, this is desktop. For you to change to tablets, come to this bottom section here. You can see tablet view, and this is the mobile. This is the mobile view. So let's look at it on tablet screen. So this is the tablet screen. I think it's okay, and this is it on mobile screen. This is how it look like on mobile. You can change the settings here. Let's say using iPhone screen size. So that will look like on iPhone. You can make it a default view for phone. So you're working with this. Okay, let's go back to the desktop view. And next, we have to insert this. So this is made using Bob on Divi. So you can see here, this is the Bob. So here is where we'll be inserting. So I have to copy this first. Copy and settings. Okay. Paste this. Paste this here. Normally you type these things, but just to save time, I have to do this. Okay, now for me to style this header and give it h2, and then make it bold. Give it semi-bold. Give it to white. So why is this still changing? Oh, see it here. So normally you don't really do this, but because you have to type your text. Well, because I copied it, that's why I got this. Okay. Now to edit this white. Now you can see this are the, like, they are all aligned in the middle. So I have to do it from here. Text alignment center. I'm not still done with the text, with body text, so I have to put this to 16 pixels. And okay, the font weight is thin or light. Okay, and then title text regular. Okay, alright. So we're having how many columns here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is here is 3. So let's make it 4. So for it to be fast in doing this, you have to first do one, style it, then duplicate it to the rest. So I have to duplicate this. So either I do this, duplicate, then push here, or I duplicate the row. So I have to come to settings here, delete all these ones, and duplicate. And so I have 4 columns already. So then I can then start editing this website builder. Paste, copy, paste. I'm doing this is just for me not to get the error that I got the first time. So copy to the next column. So design. Okay, so you can see that although I'm not really getting the exact spot, it's looking more like it. So let me save. Now next is to change the images up here. I don't have those files, but let me see. So you have to come down to from the blob settings, you have to change the image. Whether you can use an icon by setting this, or use an image, but what we used here was an image. So okay, let me import the files. Change the image. What is it? Website builder. Okay. Next is settings. Come down. Image and icon. Edit. Click on. Okay. Done. Finally. So now I have this section ready. So you can see Divi is quite easy to use, really. With this, I think I have my path map already. Just duplicating this. There's no difference between what I have here and what is here. So you can see the difference is not that much. Okay, so let's create another section. Now while we are doing this, you can see that the tools that you need to use are already on Divi. You don't need to start thinking about, oh, how do I code this, how do I code that. So it's the same settings that we have at the top here is what we're going to have here too. So I think it's better we just duplicate this. So to duplicate this section, click on this and then we drag it down. Scroll, drag it down here. So let me delete this. So now the image is supposed to be here. So how do we do that? Come to these row settings. Then this is what we need. You just need to just drag this down here. You can see it's quite simple. Let me do it again. So you have to just drag this column, which is the first one, drag it down. So see, it takes shape already, exactly as what we have here. So I have to just change the image and the content in this row. So let's change the image. This upload. Voila. So no more stress. So next is to change this business on the go. No, this has to be off. And the button, do you have a button? Okay, we have a button. Let's change the button to get started. Now, this is called a list in Divi. We have a Divi module that is called list. So it helps us to add a list item with icons. So it's quite easy to use. So let's add new module. Wow. Okay. Oh. Can't seem to find the list here. Okay. Another way to do that is to use blob. This blob settings here. Item. Sorry. So set the blob. Now first get this kind of setting. It's quite easy actually. Go to design, image and icon. Instead of placing it at the top, instead of having this image at the top or icon at the top, you will push it down to the left. So something like this. So instead of using an image, I have to be use an icon instead. So first get that. First use the icon on the Meebol page. Is it plus, right? Sorry, I'm still looking for the icon. Oh, see it, very tiny. So we have our icon here. So let's go to design and edit the color. So like I said earlier, instead of having to now start typing, once you use a color, you can go to recent and you see it here. So this is our color. Now let's go to content and change the content. Here is invoice. So the title will be invoice. Sorry, the title will be invoice. And content. Let's copy this. So like we did with the blob that we did earlier, as we did to this, you have to style this before duplicating, so it will be easier for you and your design process will be faster. So changing this size, this is to that's also it's quite okay, and you have to change this body text. Let's give it a 16. Yeah, I think 16 is okay. It's quite visible. Okay, since we are replicating what we have there, let's switch it back to 14. I think it's okay. Okay, what's next is the icon. I think the icon is large, so this is small, so let's increase the icon size. So to increase the icon size, you have to use enable this and give it to say 20. You just have to play with the values here for it to get the right value. What is which 32? Okay. 34. Okay. Yeah, that is okay. So now that I have this, I have to duplicate 9 times, 3 times. So CRM copy. So another shortcut that you can do on Divi is just to double click on the module for you to, instead of coming down here, so from anywhere on the module, you can then double click to bring out the settings. So CRM copy. Alright, done that. Okay. Alright, so we're almost done with our page. Alright, now we are good to go. Now down to the next section, which is this. And you can see that this is covering the whole screen. I bet you know already what we have to do there. Let me delete this. So create a new section, and this will be 1 column thing. So click on this. Now let me see this. Okay, so we need the text and the button. So I won't have to create a new one. I have to just come up here, copy this too, and drag it down. Drag. Paste here. Sorry. Move it down here. I have to drag this, also copy this. Now all I have to do is simple. Align it to the middle. So text alignment to the middle. Okay. Let's open the text. We got you covered. copy. Let me just copy everything. Oh, okay. I copied it with the settings also, so but then let me remove this. Let me remove all this. Alright. So remove this. Okay. We have to increase our header here. And this. So first let me insert our background. Double click on the section background. And now first get the settings. This kind of background. This is not an image actually. This is an overlay. Image and the color. The color is overlaying on the image. So we have the image already. This is it here. Once you set it, you can see the settings is not there, so it's definitely not the image. So how do we get to do this? Yeah, okay. So we have to come to this tab here. Can't really get the name. We're just close to the image. Okay, this background gradient. So click on this plus symbol. You can see there's no effect on it. So you also have to just scroll down. Still on the gradient tab. Scroll down. So you see this place gradient above background image. You enable it. Now this is the first step to what we're trying to achieve. So how do we get this? This is like a gray color on the background. So you have to select color here as the top color. Move this down a bit. So you just have to play with the colors to get the effects. Okay, I think this is cool. I think we close to what we have. It's close to what we have here. So now the next thing is to give this spacing section settings. I have to give the padding as spacing top and bottom. Say 50. So now there are as many that are not familiar with web technologies like CSS, HTML, JavaScript. You might not be able to know what this PX is. So I'd advise that you just out of curiosity just learn HTML, CSS. It will help you in becoming an expert. So just have an idea of what it is. You don't really have to know how to use the tools, just an idea of it will help you a lot in better understand. So I'm using on that figure here the percentage. You can see it's much. So let me use it 20. Okay, I think we're taking shape. Yeah. So and give it top and bottom. So I use this chain symbol here. So this is what we have earlier. So once I click on this, it's there automatically gives the bottom the same value. So you can see this. So any value I input here, it automatically goes to the next. So 10. Okay, I think I have to increase this to 20. Taking the entire screen, like what you have here. Okay, let's go back to, we are going back to the settings. Let's get our content right first. Okay, so the button is over to the left. Let's align it to the middle. So design, alignment, center. Okay, and what we have here is a white color. Let's change the color to white. Text, quite simple to use. From dark, change to light. Okay, to buttons. Just have to just change our color to white, to desktop white, and then leave the overstates. Overstates will retain. Overstates will retain its style. Okay, that's for our button. Now let's go to the header here. And there's something up here. The spacing. I have to remove this. It's not needed here. So this, you have to increase the size of this. Let's see, 68. Change color to white. If you don't want to change each color like that, you want to give, let me say I want to change the color of this at the same time, I have to come to the text here, to the top text, and give it the default color to white. Okay, I think our heading has a default color already, so change to white. More often than not, you can change the color here, so the two will change. But knowing that we have a header here and we have a body text, so let's go to our text, change to white. Right, and you have to increase the size of the body text or paragraph text. Let's see, 28. Right, you have to reduce the font weight to light. And you can see here it's like it's reduced to the middle. That's the size. That's the size of this. So let's go to size and reduce this to 80. Not 80 pixels, 80 percentage. Okay, let's see, 50. It's too small, 60. I think 60 will be okay. Okay, 60 is okay. But how do we not get it to be in the middle? This modal alignment, center, then in the middle. Now what we have to do here is to detach this header, detach this from this, so we can have this. Let's cut it off. Let's duplicate. Okay, let's reset the size of this. Let's delete this. Okay, so we have exactly what is here. Let's see. So it seems already like what we have here. Okay, except for this, let's change it. The button is contact an expert. Contact expert. Okay, so we are done. I feel the space is just too much. Let me reduce it. We can reduce the padding from here. Anytime you see this, it means padding. When you come to the top here and you do this, this is margin, this is padding. You can see this blue highlight here. So that's how you know the padding and the margin, and how to. This is just easy for us to reduce from here than to go to the settings and reduce. I think this is okay. Yeah, so what we need already. So save and then go to the next one. Now this is another section here. This. So let me just briefly explain what you have to do here. Now this is a row. This is a row on its own. Sorry, and we have another rule here, which has so how do we get to do this? Divi is quite interesting to use. To do what we see here, you have to, okay, I'll explain. Let me just quickly get what we need here. You see why Divi is powerful to use. Why Divi is powerful to use. Sorry, there's no way I want it. Okay, I've not created the role. Let me do this quickly. Close. So what do I need to do here? Copy. I feel it's larger than what we actually need. Okay. Change this paragraph. So normally all this stuff I'm doing here and not what you'll be doing normally, because you will have to type this once the client give you content. So let's, okay, I have to reduce this size. Yeah, and give it to 30. It's okay. Yeah, exactly what I need. Exactly what I need. Okay, now the text is at the left, so let's take it to the middle. Text alignment center. So I have to style this also. And see, the color is faint. It's quite different. Now this section here, to achieve this, is it's quite simple actually to do. From the knowledge of creating a role here, you can see, instead of having to create just one role, you can create as many columns as you want. But how do we get to achieve this? Because from what this is a column, 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 and this column is spanning down through to these two here. So there's another setting in Divi that is quite unique, and is a section on its own. So this specialty, it's called specialty. So as you can see here, these are the green columns, and this is like the orange columns from what we have here. You can see here. So this is quite close to what we need here. Create two rows, then one column here. So let's get to create it. Create two. So this is also a blob, and I won't just have to start editing again. So I have to copy this, copy one of these, take it down, and drop it here. I have to change the style. Change style first so you can see what we're doing. Text. Remove it from white. Can reset to get back to its default color. Reset. Okay. So we have what we need, and then the image. So let's start with the image. Let's set the image here. Okay. Social media. Title. Social media. Then the body. Text. Share content from site. So you can see that Divi is just quite easy for us to use. With this knowledge, you can start building real good professional site. Let's import this image so you can have an idea of what you're actually building. So okay, let me edit this content. Email marketing. Copy. Change the title. Email marketing. Body text. Promote your business. Beautiful. Blah blah blah. Okay. Now change the image. Done. Done. Okay, now how do we now have to get this? It's very simple. We have to just duplicate it. Duplicate this. You can see smooth and easy. So live chat, exchange content, live chat, copy. So I believe you're getting this as easy as I'm going through this video. Divi is just a very sweet and simple tool to use. Okay. Change this you. Chat, change the okay, done. Save. Alright, so you can see from what we've done so far, we believe to achieve exactly what we have here, if not exactly, at least a little bit, not quite different from what we are saying here. Now it's quite different from what we are saying here. So let's jump into the last section here. So site on Meebol, let's create a new section. Let's give this a row first. Copy this header here. Copy. Drag, paste. Let's change content. Okay, yeah, I think this is the first time I'm typing. So I had to type this in capital letter, but let me see. Imagine this are meant to be in cap, but they are in small letters. So how do I change it? I'm going to teach you how to change anything at all, any text from a lower cap to all caps to title caps, and I think those two are the major ones I get to use. So let me show you. Yeah. So this heading front style, you can see this is italics. Now this is what we need. This is it here. This is the effect that we need. So no matter what I type here, it's going to be in capital letter. Let's see. That's one effect that I didn't take through. So you can add that to your knowledge. So now another thing I would like to do is change the background of the section to a gray. So I'm going to give this F6. I like using this exact code because it looks good and the text will come out well and better. So okay, now next is this image is down here. I have to create a new row from here. To create a new row, give this 3 colon. So we have these sites already. Alright. So sorry. Let me duplicate this. Double click on the image. Change. Another thing to do is to duplicate the columns, like I said earlier, and duplicate the columns for you to get faster with your job. So I think this image is save. You have an effect here. This is an over effect here. Let's leave that for now. Let's go down here with this last row, last section. Okay. Now before I input any content, let's achieve this background, or rather still let's just copy and paste. No, let me go through it again so you better understand how to do that on your own next time. So what we have here is just like what we have up here, the picture and the overlay. So background, let's insert the picture first. This is our background image. Now that we have that, let's go to this gradient set. Now enable this gradient over the image. Let's change this to our color. Enable color. This is it here. So enable color here, and also this also to enable color. All right. Now let's reduce the transparency. Yeah. Okay. I think this is okay for the bottom. Top. Let me just leave it the way it is. Alright, so let me copy this. Let me copy this. Okay. Here. Alright. So what we have is not far-fetched from what we're doing. Okay. Alright. So let me change the content. Beyond the imagination. So we have to give it the same space that we gave the one on top there. So I'm going to do this directly. We're using pixels here. Far-fetched from what you have. Okay, so change content beyond the imagination. button is meant to be contact us. Alright. So let's restart this. Let me give it a 48. Let's start the settings also. The text. Maybe 16. Right. Something wrong. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Changes to 16. It's quite close. So 18. Alright. So that's what we have. Okay. So save. Let's exit and see. Now to exit, you have to click on this exit visual builder. So once it's saved, because if you don't save, all this progress will be a waste of time actually. So that is very important to remember to save your work while using Divi. So you can see not much difference from what we have. So not much different from what we have on the Meebol site itself. So we have this. So now let's try and work on this. So let's try and achieve this here. Okay, so enable the builder. Although what I would like to advise is to make sure that these images they are all on the same sizes, so it will be easier for you to work on and to deliver your site on time. Because if the images you still have to edit, you have to check through to test if it's correct or not. So so what I'll have to do is to reduce the space in between this here. So let's go to the rule setting. Let me show you how to do it. Design space. Now the margin at the outer layer, well, that is not what you're focusing on. You're focusing on the inner layer, which is the padding. You have to reduce this to 0 pixels. Okay, that's the first step. Second step is to reduce the roll padding. Design spacing, reduce it to 0 too. So yeah, they're taking shape. So one last thing we have to do is to let me try and reduce the size, the height of this. If I can reduce the height, then I'll have to crop some part out. So let's use a full width. Yes, then reduce the height. Although I won't advise you to do this. Because you can see here, it makes the image look so compressed, and which is not what is here. So typically you have to advise your client to send you the same sizes of their images so that you can better get them a good design. So I think that's all that we have to do here. We are done with our design, so let's save and exit. So once that is done, you can see it's quite not different from what we have on Meebol itself. Not different. See, not different at all. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.